Well, hello and welcome to another video. And my name is Charles Richard, and I am in Orlando. And I want to talk to you. Well, first of all, I want to give you sort of what's going on here in Orlando today. I happen to be in Winter Park, and today the weather was extremely hot, more than normal. And so I just want to put this out there. If you're going to be in the parks, okay, please stay hydrated, because today was 96, but the heat index was around 106, and you can very easily get a heat stroke under those conditions, especially if you're older, and especially if you're going to be walking around in the attractions and the parks. Please stay hydrated. Now, that's not what the video is about. This particular video is a video that I think has nothing to do really with my channel, but I want to bring it out there because a lot of individuals that are coming down here and want to move here to the Florida area are being misinformed by realtors, because, well, not every realtor really either they don't know, two, they're just interested about making that commission, or three, they don't really understand it. And that has to do with taxes. When I was looking for properties here in Florida, one of the properties that I was looking at was a property that was priced at $2.9 million. Now, that property, when I asked the realtor how much taxes was for that property, he told me the taxes was $35,000. Now, those numbers are true numbers, but those are not accurate the way that they are presented to you. Let me explain. Those numbers, that $35,000 in taxes for that property, is based upon the last sale, which means that this property that I was looking at, which was $2.9 million, was actually sold in 2020 for 1.8. So that $35,000 in taxes is based on $1.8 million, not in 2.9, which means that next year my taxes will have a substantial amount of increase because of the larger amount of what the property was actually sold, which means that it would probably be somewhere around $70,000 per year. Now, a lot of realtors are not telling you that, but they're not lying to you, because when you ask them how much do you pay, are they paying for taxes, they're giving you the number that they're actually paying based on what the property was bought for when it was sold the last time it was sold. And so here in the state of Florida, it's a number that is very important, because when you take into consideration what you can afford, you might say, okay, I have $4 million, right? But I can afford to buy a property for $3 million. I'm just throwing these numbers out, right? All right. But now, what about your monthly expenses? Can you afford your monthly expenses? You might have in your mind thinking, oh, well, $35,000 for taxes per year divided by 12. All right. Plus I have to pay $1,200. I'm just throwing some numbers out there. $1,200 maybe for a lawn maintenance, because it's very, at that price range, a $3 million home, you're gonna end up paying in lawn about $1,000 to $1,200 per month. All right, plus maybe $300 in utilities, and all the expenses. When you add up the expenses, then you find out, oh, I can make it because I make enough to be able to afford the utilities and the maintenance costs per month. But if those numbers are not accurate and your numbers are almost double, right, because of let's say your taxes, that might put you in a very uncomfortable situation, which you did not take into consideration, because in your mind you were adding the number that was based on a previous sale and not the current sale of what the property is going to sell for. So be very careful, okay, when you do that, because in this state of Florida, that's how it works. All right, every state, it works a little bit different. All right, I can't talk about another state. I can talk about this state because I've been here 60 years and I've owned properties, and I've seen a lot of things happen. And I just want to make sure that when you do make such a large investment, that you don't end up losing your house and going into foreclosure because you find out later on that you cannot meet your quota because there was numbers that were incorrectly given to you. So be careful, do your research, make sure your numbers are right so that you don't end up on the short end of the stick. This is Charles Richard giving you some sound advice, okay, from somebody that's been here for a long time and is currently has been currently looking at properties. So I know what I'm telling you, all right, because I have experienced it and I am experiencing it right now, all right, based on what a lot of realtors are doing right now. Definitely now is the time for buyers to buy. Now is the time for buyers to buy. Take advantage of it. And another little quick hint that I'll give you: if you see a house that's been sitting for 80 days or more, believe me, you can most likely get a much better offer, because people don't want to have a house sit that long. So anyways, just little hints, so if you have any more questions, hit me up, and I can give you what I am experiencing and the things that I'm coming across here in the state of Florida, in the Orlando area. Until next time, by the way, if you haven't subscribed, hit that button, subscribe, so that you can see more videos like this. Although my videos are not about this, as once in a while, I gotta put something out there that might make a little sense and might help somebody out there. All right, see you in the next video. Bye-bye.